Dr. Anupam hasn't joined yet, and Dr. Rohit was saying he is going to join within a period of time. Till then, what you say, we should start the proceedings or not?
Okay, so you mean to say Dr. Anupam will be joining in some time and we will be starting the session, right?
Yes.
So what we will do, like Dr. Rohit will start the presentation or what?
Sir, he will show the screen of the presentation, and Dr. Anupam is going to be the face.
So hi, welcome all, and again thanks for joining. We are back again with another webinar. Today the webinar is very special because we have a very senior person as the speaker, as the eminent keynote speaker for our webinar, and we all always get motivation, we all always get inspiration from his work, from the way he has achieved the entire success. And right now he is heading, he is the director of our National Academy of Ayurveda, RAV. And we all know about RAV, we all know about the institute, and Dr. Anupam Srivastav is right now directing that. So once he will be joining, he'll be joining us in short time. Once he will be joining, I will be introducing him to all of you. And thanks again for giving your time. So please give us a few minutes, and I request my backend team, digital team, and team from RAV is also there with us, Dr. Rohit. He's also a very senior doctor. I think if you are able to open your cam, Doctor, we can see you as well. So I request RAV team and digital team to please quickly coordinate so that we can have Dr. Anupam as soon as possible. And again, we can proceed. Welcome, Dr. Rohit. Hope you are well. So you are on mute, I think, Dr. Rohit. You can unmute yourself. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
Hope you are well, Dr. Rohit.
I'm fine.
Great. So I was just saying, maybe any update when Dr. Anupam will be joining?
He's joining, sir. He's joining.
Okay, so no problem. So let's wait for a minute. Let Dr. Anupam join, and then officially we will start the session. And thanks again, all of you, for joining today. Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Piyush?
Right. Hello, boss. How are you? You're on mute. You can unmute yourself, boss. Hello, boss. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Great. So thanks again, and thanks all of you for joining. We have now Dr. Anupam with us. As I was saying that we all are always proud about this institute, that is National Academy of Ayurveda, RAV, and he is our senior, and we all always get motivation and inspiration. The journey he has taken, and now he's the director of RAV. So he's one of the inspiration, motivation for all of us. And always when I meet personally, also I always get some learning, and he's, despite in a very senior position, a very down to earth personality. So without wasting much time, I think all of you are very much interested in listening to him. So let me just quickly introduce Dr. Anupam to all of you. And thanks again for your time. I know that you have a very busy schedule, boss. He is a BMS and MD from BHU. And BHU, again, one of the renowned institute. We all inspire and dream to get into that institute. And PhD also, and postgraduate diploma in drug regulatory affairs, diploma in yoga. He has been trained in IMM Ahmedabad. So there are very few, I think, doctors, or maybe he's one of the first doctor who has been trained in Ahmedabad as far as Ayurveda doctors are concerned, and GMP trained at Mississippi, USA. Specialization in Ayurvedic medicine, Ras Shastra, presently working as Director, National Academy of Ayurveda, and heading the entire academy, and also involved in various another aspects of ministry, also drafting and creating several training programs, courses. Around 3 decades of experience he is having in private sector as well as in the government sector, and he was involved with the Ministry of Ayush prior to being appointed as the director for around 10 years. He was also Drug Control General on deputation as well. He is having an excellent knowledge of GMP aspects, drug licensing aspects, and all those aspects as well. And prior to that, he was in CRAI Kolkata and CCRS Ministry of Ayush as well. And his clinical experience also involves he has been involved in the positions of medical officer in Australia and also in certain other organizations in India as well. And he has done extensive drug research. And if I continue reading about his profile and the achievements, I think the entire half an hour will go like that. But in short, he is having more than 30 research publications in basically his very significant contributions are, we all know about GCP ASU, so he was one of the key person when that document has been drafted, and for DCGI office also, for a separate Ayurveda regulations, formulations, things are shipping up in now, and very soon we will be have the entire department taking care of that. So he was the person who initially conceived those ideas and I think guided the entire team. Right now, also he and his entire team is working closely with interdepartmental aspects like working with DCGI, working with FSSAI, working with other ministries. So many multi aspects like is there, and he has delivered lectures on WHO GMP, GMP, clinical trial, and
Piyush,
many other aspects as well. He has delivered lectures at Red Cross Society of India in Ayurveda. He has done several projects in Ministry of Ayush and online digital training programs as well. International countries like USA, then China,
Piyush, I want to
Malaysia.
intervene. Piyush, and it's too much, yeah. It's too much. It's too much, too much.
Thank you, boss. Thank you. So this is the entire profile of Dr. Anupam. No, boss. Actually, see why I am reading all this. There is one reason. I think and I know that you are not feeling comfortable, but I want to read this and I want to convey to all the people who are listening to us through this webinar that if you can do, we all can do as well. So this is just a motivation for all of us that see, actually the problem is many of us are not aware कि डॉक्टर अनुपम या जो भी एमिनेंट पर्सनैलिटीज हैं उन्होंने अपनी जर्नी में क्या क्या किया है. अगर हमें पता चले और हमें लगे, फॉर एग्जांपल आज मैंने जैसे देखा आईएएम का, सो मेनी डॉक्टर्स मे बी नॉट अवेयर कि अच्छा आयुर्वेद डॉक्टर्स भी कुछ आईएएम से कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज हमेशा जब आईएम का नाम आता है तो उसमें इंजीनियरिंग ग्रेजुएट्स का ही आता है या कुछ एलोपैथी डॉक्टर्स का भी करते हैं कोई कोर्स जाके, बट आयुर्वेदा के डॉक्टर्स भी कर सकते हैं. तो आई थिंक दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट the digital team to at least post some highlights of his journey. You can connect with him or his team so that people can be aware कि क्या करा है और कैसे करा है. At least motivation मिलता है बॉस. बाकी तो I know that you are a very down to earth person. So I hand over the session to you and your team now. And again, thank you for joining and taking your time for this session. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you to team Piyush. Basically, I think, and thank you to Yogshala. I'm audible, na Piyush?
Yes, boss. Perfect.
Thank you for giving an opportunity to share my views and share my thoughts and one of the initiative what RAV is doing. I do agree. Yes, my institution is working. Yes, I do. At this point, I agree. But this is our part of journey of your life when you start your career. You search so many ideas, you search so many platforms, and you travel through many roads, which leads to definitely a goal. Yes, I agree. I had been involved in many activities of Ayush during long stay and during working with Ministry of Ayush, and that has they have provided me a platform to work upon under the guidance of all the seniors from the Ministry of Ayush, advisors, joint secretaries, and currently also I am blessed in that manner. Yes, I can share. I am blessed that the people assign me the jobs for the working, and with their guidance and this thing, I try to excel, and entire by RIV team. This point of time, I will also like to see what RAV is doing. It is a really matter of the satisfaction that my young team is there. Dr. Rohit is here, Dr. Anu is there, Paritosh, Poonam. Vishakha, we have all young legs, young brains are there. Definitely they are supporting and they are giving very good inputs. Just to brief, yes, sir, I will definitely like to share what RAV is doing and what new ventures, what we are trying to explore, like what you said, Ayurveda AHAR regulation in the drug regulation, particular AHAR regulation, food regulation with FSSI. Earlier, yes, the chairman is Professor Tanuja Nesri ma'am is there. He's leading our team. Yes, we are bringing a kind of notification for the food sector, especially in collaboration in association with FSSI. Earlier, the FSSI was regulating, though we have shared a list of more than 400 plants as a plant-based nutraceutical. Yes, we have made a separate category, Ayurveda AHAR, like you say, golden milk, sunray, so many formulation and preparation are in the country and across are being commerced. So the ministry take a concerted and view. Yes, if it could be, it is being commercialized. So why not give the quality products to the citizens of the country and abroad also with the goodness of Ayurveda? So we are working on those issues also. In addition, we have also developed few formulations, few formulation like cookies, portion cookies, which was appreciated. Yes, we are also working for what I am going to present you, the accreditation. A unique concept is there. Dr. Rohit is there. I will request him to share a few slides on those, so we could deliberate on those points. What we've done, like accreditation program, and in addition to our normal work, what we are doing is Guru RAV works. RAV is you may say it is a unique platform whereupon we are promoting informal system of education. That is a more important point. In a formal system of education, either it is a UG or PG, a certain time frame has been given wherein the student has to excel for and the student has to cover all the syllabi. During that period of time, either it is UG or PG, some focused understanding becomes suboptimal. I will not say it is fully not being done, but the understanding becomes suboptimal, or the focused and learning remains not up 100%. For that purpose, RAV also conducts the Guru Shishya Parampara, whereupon we select the students and we send all the students to the selected gurus, whereupon they learn the skills of Ayurveda. I am proud to say that my institution is a unique institution in the country which produces Vaidyas. I don't hesitate to talk about, yes, we produce the Vaidya. We don't produce the doctors. We produce the Vaidyas, and the Vaidyas, they with the competence in the different fields. It is Char Sutra, Panchkarma, pharmacy, pulse diagnosis, various aspects we cover. So this is what RAV is doing. Very quickly brief. Now I come on a topic, this Ayurveda training, what is being shown on accreditation. We all understand accreditation, so I will not go by accreditation, what the means of accreditation. I'm not going to talk about that. But yes, ministry has assigned a responsibility to RAV, that is in English we call it National Academy of Ayurveda, that to develop, to design a model of the accreditation for the various courses which are not formally regularized in the country and across also. So for this purpose, RAV has been notified. Next, Dr. Rohit. Yeah, this is a small picture where the global presence of Ayurveda is there. You see, there are various parts from north to east. This is spanning like anything. The Ayurveda is being practiced. Ayurveda is being recognized some or other form across the globe, and thus resurgence in the growth is there. If you see data for RIS, it is 23.3 billion. It has been expected that the Ayush industry is projected to reach in 2022. And you see, apart from the Indian subcontinent, like you may call Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, it is also being recognized in UK, Cuba, and the ministry is taking efforts to make in some you may call developed country. It is practiced in either in a form of CAM or some other form. But yes, we are pushing to be recognized as a system of medicine in the developed country like US and UK. So yes, there these systems are practiced as a traditional medicine in a SAR. Ayurveda is practiced as a traditional system of medicine and registered science in a few SAR countries also. And a few countries, what I talk in Malaysia, Indonesia also, it is taught and practiced. And Ayurveda is also taught in Europe, South Africa, and UK, what I say, as an additional skill or as a science or the electives. So in what we have observed, what the country has observed, what ministry has observed, it is not taught in a full curricula. And the regulation, because we all understand, yes, the regulation and the right of the practice lies with the country's own regulation. So in a different part of the world, the different regulation occurs, and Ayurveda, we all understand, it is science of our country. Though it is a fully recognized as a codal system, but other part of the world, many countries are not recognized. But yes, many countries are teaching Ayurveda. The Indian experts has gone there, has established themselves, but they are not allowed to practice, and the practice come under the domain of that country. So to provide, because what is happening, we have seen, we have experienced in many part of the world. This system is a taught is system in being implementized in either in a some few hours, some certificate course, some diploma course, some introductory course, and there is no purpose of a kind of regulation or accreditation, which against remains the suboptimal, and which against does not a quality education, a quality standard curricula, standard operative procedures for the teaching and requirements are remains a subject of our deliberation, remains a subject of to for discussion. And there has been a lot of request to the ministry also. There has been from many part of the country. Yes, if the mechanism of regulation takes time, why a kind of accreditation mechanism could be developed by the ministry on behalf of Government of India for accredit those courses which are being already in the practice in those countries. Rohit, next. Yes, this is quite true. The expert does not possess many a times optimal knowledge, which also leads to incomplete understanding and a proper spreading of Ayurveda as a science. What I said, standard syllabus is not found. The purpose to the why this what I said then the purpose is to bringing the uniformity. The purpose is to standard mechanism in the sector. For this, the RAV has been designated as an accreditation body. Considering all these things, insufficient details on Ayurveda, substandards, syllabi, and all that request, our National Academy of Ayurveda, what we call RAV, has been designated as an accrediting body for Ayurveda courses which are not covered under any regulatory body in the country and across the country. We understand that IMCC Act or currently NCIM is a regulatory body for formal courses. So still there are many courses which are running in the country also are not accredited, not regulated by any regulation. Next. This was a simple gadget notification by the Government of India, which is on your screen, wherein RAV has been accredited as a designated accredited body. And there, this notification came in 2019, in last of the month of that is December. And for that purpose, the task has been assigned by the Ministry of Ayush that RAV shall develop the accreditation standards for the various Ayurveda courses as well as for different type of Ayurveda professionals not covered under IMCC Act, including therapists, and the counselors. There are two parts are there. Apart from the standards, standard curricula, standard teaching syllabi, the responsibilities are also given by this notification for the designing the courses for the counselors. You have seen therapists. Say in a country also, there is a huge number of even in the country and across, huge number of the experts are there, a huge number, a battery of the professionals are there who are offering the Panchkarma therapy. Say Panchkarma. Therapists are there. Institutions are offering the courses, but still they are not regulated, they are not registered, they are not certified, they are not accredited by anybody. For this purpose, the responsibility has been given to RAV by the ministry. So we are also developing. We are also developing very soon for the counselors. We have developed the syllabi. I will come in later. And for the therapist, we have also. This is the second part of the job. First part was the development of the syllabus and all that. I will come on that. So this responsibility has been given to RAV, and for that purpose, I'm happy. Yes, when the entire country was under the shadow of the Corona, COVID-19, the institution were closed, but I'm satisfied. By the guidance of the Ministry of Ayush, a core committee was constituted with the experts not only from Ayurveda sector, but the international experts also, and the experts from the accreditation side, experts from the certification side, experts from the QCI, experts from the NABH, experts from the QFI, experts from the quality and accreditation institutes, and from the private party also, and the manufacturers also, from the pharma sector also. A core committee was constituted, and we sat more than 100 hours, even more, in a series manner for 4 to 5 months continuously. And we came up with a formulation. We came up with a syllabus. We came up with a mechanism how these courses. Or believe me, and it is not believing, it is a true also. We collected, we requested experts from different subjects like Panchkarma, basic principles, Char Sutra, Drava Guna, a bunch of the experts on a request of RAV on behalf of ministry, voluntary offered their services in the development of this syllabi, development of this curricula, development of this mechanism. So we have taken expert from, you name institute in the country, either it is government, all the government institutions, most 90% institutions from the private sector also, private institution came up, and we developed this mechanism. Next, please. Before we go in detail of the scheme, highlight of the scheme, Dr. Rohit has done a very good job in bringing this slide. This I will like what accreditation scheme. If I talk in a nutshell, just if I summarize, it is a voluntary scheme. Nobody is forced to adopt it. No, none of either in the country and across. It is voluntary, and this is a scheme for Ayurveda courses. What I said, not covered under any regulatory body. Since this is not full regulation, it is out of a typical inspection model. When we talk about the accreditation, we talk certification. When we talk about regulation, one thing always flash in our mind. Yes, it could be like that only. Inspector will go, inspector will visit, inspector will charge, and blah blah blah. We all understand the things, hidden things. But this particular scheme, this particular model is out of that typical inspection model, and the outcome, or what is the outcome we expect, it will bring uniformity and also standardization of the Ayurveda education, particularly in global prospect, wherein somebody does 3 months course of a particular course, or somebody get 1 month course or somebody 1 week and he get the certificate, he becomes experts. He becomes expert on that subject. So this to avoid to being a kind of formalization in different education curricula, this scheme is expected to bring a kind of level, a kind of standardization. And as per the scheme, what another point that is quite unique for all of us, we will not conduct exam for the student who have passed out from accredited courses. An institution are free to adopt or to design to follow the pattern as per their convenience. Say, when we talk about some courses in our country, Indian perspective or Indian subcontinent, always comes in mind, yes, there will value in the exam and one has to qualify, one has to go, and then when it's some written, some theory, some practical. But this unique scheme designed by RAV under the guidance of this entire team and supported by the ministry, we will not conduct any exam for particular this accreditation scheme. Let the institution decide. Say it is in UK, and if the education pattern, if the provisions of that country gives the some other model of evaluation of the students, they are free to follow, and they are free to adopt a particular design for evaluation. So we are not conducting an examination. Number 3. Second one, yeah, the institution training are free to adopt. Again, one very good point is there. Yes, we have developed the standard courses. Say this, I will discuss these courses in later on in slides. So, Piyush, I'm not very slow now. You have time or we should move fast? Dr. Piyush? Dr. Piyush? Anyway, so this is we are free to, yes, they are free to adopt a standard course or they can run their own courses, which is run by them. And standard course, this standard course which RAV has designed will provide the credits to students for their future education and job purposes also. This we have tried to align with the current education policy that the student will develop his own credit bank, which could be future, this will be helpful for their future perspective. Again, in the last, I would like to brief on this summary. This is not graduate doctor course. Be very clear. This is not graduate course. Somebody doing only this course become the doctor or the practitioner. No, not at all. This is a dissemination of Ayurveda knowledge and also the add-on skills in a particular area. Next, please. Very quickly, these are the accreditation schemes. These schemes we have named the scheme as a accreditation scheme. That is a name as a quality enhancement initiative for Ayurveda training courses, because it has options other than a formal accreditation. We have the 3 levels of the accreditation. Level 1 is for 1 year, level 2 is again for 1 year, and level 3 is for 1 year. Level 1 is a listing of Ayurveda courses, and other is the self-declaration of the conformity to basic accreditation standards, and third and the last is a formal accreditation or a basic accreditation. The training providers is free to opt any, but has to follow the timelines. You can stay in the level 1 for a year and 2 for a year, and then you can move forward, or you can directly jump to year 3. I will discuss in detail. Next slide, Rohit. Dr. Rohit. Listing. The listing is a purpose to create an inventory. We want to scale how much Ayurveda is spread. If you are running a course in your country and you want to list on our website, so the aim is to bringing in a formal accreditation, and this will also indicate in the country how we are spread, how Ayurveda is spread. This will provide, we will list the courses with a very small amount of the money we take, and we list your course. We are not going to examine what course you are conducting, but you must conduct a course first, then you come for the listing. Next, please. This self-declaration of the conformity to the basis. What we said, we have designed the basic accreditation standards for different courses. And it is the opportunity for training provider to assess themselves. What we have described, you assess yourself to the standards and declare, yes, I am in a line what you have, I confirm that they are on the basis of my self-assessment. Yes, with the prescribed accreditation standards are with us, and again we can enlist you on our RAV website. And RAV here the deterrent is, yes, we could verify the credentials. We can verify if the request is there, if there is some complaint is there, and itself RAV has a right to verify your credential, what you have given in your self-declaration, either it is being followed, either it is with a conformity or not. If it is found not, then it will be debarred for that. Next, please. This is the basic accreditation standards. This is provide the opportunity for the formal assessment process. This is the accreditation standard. That is, again, we have named our entire scheme I taught, but we have named a board, ATAB board, Ayurveda Training Accreditation Board. Under this board, which is housed under the RAV, it will give you accreditation. This is for the formal assessment process. Here we will go for courses which the institute has requested. Next, please. The accreditation standards have 10 chapters, and these chapters are 44 objectives, criteria are there, and this chapter vision, objective, organization, governance, administration, financial resource, what finance the institution have, what the human resource available, what is the infrastructure, what the student services, course curricula, learning process, quality. These all chapters are in detail. It may take more than 2 or 3 hours, so I will not go in details. Next, please. Piyush, how much time I have? Dr. Piyush? Okay, probably he is not. This is the process of the flow. To choose a level, say listing, Ayurveda training courses on our website. You want listing, application with submission with the fees, listed on our website on approval of the accreditation committee. We have made a committees, 3 committees, accreditation committee, and there is a technical committee, and accreditation board is there. So the accreditation committee looks after the listing of the courses, and it is on the website of RAV, and it is communicated to the training provider. Another level is level 2, that is a self-declaration to the conformity to the basic accreditation standards. This application with a submission of fees listed on RAV website with self-declared training providers on the approval of, again, the accreditation committee comes in the picture, which gives to you approval. And this, once it is approved, it is communicated to the training providers. And if it is if some complaints is there, again, we will communicate to the training provider. Third and the foremost, and this is a formal accreditation, basic accreditation mechanism, application fees with some application submission, and document review will be done. Definitely, we have a secretariat in RAV, that is under ATAB, which look at document review, and if it is not related to Ayurveda or insufficient document is there, say somebody else is mingling the courses of other system or something like that, which is not Ayurveda, we communicate to the training providers to resubmit the document. Again, it is being reviewed related to, if it is found it is sufficient related to Ayurveda, then office assessment. And office assessment is being done, and witness assessment is being done. It could be, witness assessment could be hybrid mode. It could be virtual also. It could be virtual and physical also, and it could be physical also, as per the availability, as per the requirement, as per the this thing, feasibility. So this we see, we assess, and assessment is done. If there again is a less this less conformity, then again the institution is informed. Further, if it is all things are in order, the grant of accreditation for the accreditation committee has been requested for the approval of this accreditation, and it is communicated, and further surveillance of the assessment is also being done, and then we list on the website. This is a process flow of entire procedure. Next. Yeah, standard course content, I come on that. Developed a standardized course different topics which are in demand. The standard course, minimum course content, the training providers adopt to free to opt the topic relevance to into syllabus. What I want to make it very clear, in addition to this base, some courses what we have decided or we have designed, the training provider could add on the courses as per the requirement and as per the relevance to that subject. Next, please. We have developed 5 courses. We have developed the following courses. You see, not 5, it is 6. One is a certificate of health counselor we have recently added. So these are the courses. In addition, this is a dynamic process. As per the demand, we could design more courses. We can, presently we are with the basic principles of Ayurveda, Panchkarma, Ayurveda Beauty, Ayurveda Dietetics, Ayurveda Mum Therapy, certification course on Ayurveda health counselors, and it is a different hours. We have not made any course like some diploma, like we have made a credit hours. Each course has been developed in 3 levels, which are interlinked to each. That is 200-hour course, that it could be termed as an introductory course, whereas 500-hour course is a proficiency course, and 500 plus 3, that is 800 hours, are the higher proficiency course. Definitely, higher proficiency course is a course which the medical office, medical professionals from different countries could opt, and they can utilize as per their own country regulation. Next, please. These are we have divided this hours in different manner. Introductory course, you see, it is 100 hours of the self-study, because when you talk on a global perspective, there is we all understand theory in hours, practical and self-study, or you call practical as a contact hours. This is the design. So this way we have done, you see, first 200 hours are how it is designed, another is how the 500 hours has been designed, and how the 800 hour high proficiency has designed, wherein 400 hours for self-study, 200 hours for practical, and 200 hours the higher proficiency, theory in hours. Next, please. This at this point of time, I would like to, the courses has been, what I was talking initially, the courses has been, due care has been taken to summarize what all the courses various institutions are doing, and the attempt has also been made to take the lead from the WHO document also. Whatsoever is taught in entire country, what's up to, we have tried to cover most of the areas which requires to be taught or which requires to be deliberated. And for this entire ATAB board, what I was talking about, the 5 components are there to function properly. Executive board, as per the notification, and executive boards needs to be constituted, which oversees all the function. Appeal panel is there. Second, accreditation committee, what I'm talking about. The technical committee will design the course, which is receives the course, what is properly being taught or not, or what is the content of those courses. And secretariat, definitely the house secretariat in the campus of RAV, which will look after the various secretarial work related to application, placement, and all that. Next, please. This is a workflow of RAV as per accreditation body. Now we keep RAV as out. Now it is at present it is housed in RAV. At this point of time, I would like to say this, yes, we are this entire board, and the board in its activity will be self-regulated, or autonomy has been given by the ministry in its function. Currently, yes, we are financed, we are supported by the ministry is kind enough to support us financially for initial 4 to 5 years till we become the self-sustained. Once we are self-sustained, there will be fully financial autonomy will be provided to us. This gives us scope for the transparency. This gives the scope for the free hand working, and particularly out of entire existing module. Here we have executive body, appeal committee, accreditation committee, technical committee. Technical committees can sub-technical committees, secretariat, and a panel of assessors. Assessors are there who will assess the course. Next, please. This is a secretariat where the chief executive officer will be sitting director, and I'm looking after this work. My admin officer is there, consultant accreditation are there, consultant admin finance, consultant IT, office assistant, and all that. These are supporting staff. This is secretariat. Next, please. This is very all about two or three things I would like to share on this platform. Number one, this is a voluntary scheme, what I taught in the summary. Number two, it will get its autonomy once it becomes self-sustained. Functional autonomy has been given, and financial autonomy once we get. And one this point of time, I will also one very important point that I like to share is that this once this scheme becomes takeoffs became the successful, what we are hoping very quickly, then it will be further done in a third party model, because sitting in India, it will be not possible for any institution to run across the globe and accreditate a person who is running course far east, far north or south part of the globe and north part of the globe and this part. So we will definitely we are looking. Yes, we are probably on 12th. We are also organizing a training. I will request Dr. Piyush also to share even your group. So certification bodies. We are inviting the certification body who will do the certification, who will look after work for the. We will identify. We will designate these certification bodies to oversee the functioning of that institution based on their recommendation, based on their assessment criteria. The RAV will do the accreditation work. So this will be third party mode, the control for the purpose of giving transparency and autonomy to the sector, and also bringing it a more clarity, unbiased feature, bringing the unbiasedness in entire procedure, we will do in a third party model. And this will be definitely, this entire scheme in very quickly is based on ISO model, which is quite prevalent. So this is all for today's my side. If any questions, if any queries are there, it was highly appreciable. This is small step. I would like to share here with all distinct persons who have joined this platform. This is a very small step, and a lot of things needs to be done before we are fully successful. And it is beyond any doubt. It is open truth. Yes, our system is spreading our wings across the globe, and it is right time. Yesterday, many of us have seen our PM has praised our system. Yes, and he has talked more than 3 to 4 minutes on our system in Rajya Sabha. Yes, Ayurveda, this is high time. We could, if it is pushed properly, the entire world will understand, will accept, and we as a ministry, under the guidance of the ministry, PM sir has also said, yes, ministry is doing good work. So this is all, everybody who is in the ministry and outside of the ministry. It is not only our practitioners, our private practitioners, our private paramedics, we all are supporting the system. This all has resulted in a praise by the highest person, it is the Prime Minister, to our sector. This is a good, we must proud and we must thankful to all who is attached to the system. From my side, technical out, this is all. If any suggestions, query, questions, I am free. The floor is again to Piyush and is open for any questions. Over to you, Dr. Piyush.
Thank you, boss. I think I don't have that much of words because we have seen so much of work has been done and is going on, and definitely it will help the entire fraternity. And thank you again to you, to your team for all these efforts, because this will definitely bring a very significant value addition in the entire ecosystem as far as Ayurveda doctors are concerned. And many times we have seen this gap as well. So there are few queries which we have received. First query is Dr. Anupam, like as we have seen, there are some courses. So now the problem is I don't want to position it like that, but due to the queries I have to, it's very simple. Like for example, we have seen some certification courses in Panchkarma. Now at the ground level, suppose MD Panchkarma is also there, and suppose some BMS after doing certified course of Panchkarma is also there. So how we will be positioning or differentiating in terms of academy will not do that, I know that, but still just for the understanding for a BMS doctor, and also not to demotivate them in terms of doing MD. but there are so many doctors who are not able to do MD and they can do this certification so that at least they can practice. So I'm just confused, or maybe you can guide us that how we can differentiate in these aspects and accordingly understand and position कि
Yeah.
किसको मतलब हम कैसे समझें.
Dr. Piyush, very clearly, it is. I can talk mixed now. The two things are there.
Right.
One is a formal system, and another is informal system of education. What I said in very clearly in a document also, to do practice either in our country or across the country. अगर हम अपने कंट्री की बात करें या बाहर की बात करें, दोनों ही केसेस में राइट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस आपकी जो डिग्री है ना उस पर मिलता है. नंबर वन, राइट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस क्या है कि आपकी डिग्री की मिलता है. और हम तो उन्हीं कोर्सेज को कर रहे हैं जिन कोर्सेज को कहीं भी कोई रेगुलेशन नहीं है. फॉर्मल सिस्टम. अब आप एमडी पंचकर्मा की बात, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट एमडी पंचकर्मा, इफ यू टॉक द बीएमएस, तो दीज आर द फॉर्मल रिकॉग्नाइज्ड सिस्टम. एमडी पंचकर्मा इज ए मास्टर्स इन पंचकर्मा, राइट. हमारा जो फोकस है, एक्रेडिटेशन का फोकस क्या है, हमें कंफ्यूज बिल्कुल नहीं होना है कि जो एक्रेडिटेशन का फोकस है वो कोर्सेज जो कहीं रेगुलेट ही नहीं है. एमडी पंचकर्मा तो स्पेशलिटी है. वी शुड नॉट, हम ये ना सोचें कि हम एमडी पंचकर्मा की वी आर पोजिशनिंग आवर ग्रेजुएट्स और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट्स और समथिंग टू पार एमडी पंचकर्मा. देयर इज नो क्वेरी ऑन दैट इशू. बिल्कुल मत कंफ्यूज होइए कि इट इज द what I said in my presentation auto is the dissemination of the knowledge. आप प्रैक्टिकल क्या कर रहे हैं, कैसे कर रहे हैं, और स्पेशली ग्लोबल प्रोस्पेक्ट में देखें. आज अगर आप एक पंचकर्मा थेरेपिस्ट की बात करें, एमडी अगर इवन बीएमएस करने के बाद, अगर इवन पीजी करने के बाद, पंचकर्मा की अगर वो पीजी नहीं है, अगर वो पंचकर्मा का कुछ काम करता है तो उसके पास कोई ऐसा डिग्री नहीं है. अगर वो कर भी लेता है, थेरेपिस्ट का कोर्स कर लिया मान लीजिए, या सम फार्मेसी पीपल डू थेरेपिस्ट कोर्स, so what is a provision, what is a certification, what is a enrollment of those therapists or those technicians, or what kinds of certificate they get it. So this is, and what in detail I have not spoken on those 10 standards and different points which has been in different vision and all that. We have defined कि क्या क्या होना है आपके पास, what you require to be your institution. आपके इंस्टीट्यूशन में ये चीजें हैं, आपको ये चीजें हैं, ये कोर्स पढ़ाना है, इतने टीचर्स होने हैं, ये थ्योरी के क्लासेस हैं, ये इंटायर डिटेल्ड आर अवेलेबल. इफ यू गो ऑन आवर वेबसाइट तो आपको वो तमाम डिटेल आएगा. डोंट पोजीशन एट पार with MD, number one, on any subject. Number two, don't make a right for practice based on this course. This is very clear.
इसमें boss, there is one again confusion. क्या होता है, like for example, if we see, I don't want to compare any system here, but a very simple query is there that, for example, if we see our counterparts, like those who are not able to do MD, they do DNB as far as that diploma in national board like organization is there, and I know that again they are not equivalent to MD, but somehow they are practicing as a specialist in the at least private practice, which we all know. So how we can then understand?
Yeah, Piyush, you have raised very right question and right platform. I would like to share. Almost 8 months back, we came up with a super specialty course, like on DNB. DNB now the government has taken from, if I am correct, I am not expert, I am to opine on that regulation. To best of my understanding, they have equated it as a MD. In a other side of the Western medicine, if you talk about the medicine in the country,
Yes,
they have equated, and they are skilling the people in different hospitals, and sometimes they are more skilled than MD people. That skilling part, we even apart from this, we also we advertised, we have taken the fees also. We move forward for making a super specialty course in different subject. For that purpose, we signed an MOU with All India Institute of Ayurveda, with NIA Jaipur and Jamnagar for different courses. It advertisement was very much in a place. It was in a public domain, and we asked for the application. We received hundreds of the application for that. But meanwhile, the NCIM came in the picture. Then, because for super specialty courses, as such, there was no regulation. Now, terms comes. So now they are planning to make regulation for super specialty courses and also for what we explored for it. So the moment NCM comes in a picture, so either is super specialty or as a postdoctoral fellowship, something like that. RAV is very sooner
Right.
to offer. I hope within a couple of months or rather not more than 6 months, we will come with that type of part. But it is, yes, I do agree. This is not DNB. Make very sure it is not DNB. Yeah.
Great, great. So we hope that in future there can be some more structured way of doing that, because see, ultimately, end of the day, what we think is, I think society now require more and more specialized Ayurveda doctors as well, because as now the interest is growing and more people are coming and asking, and we all know that there are limitations for all the pathies. In fact, be it allopathy or Ayurveda or any pathy, there are very limitations of the postgraduates and the PG specialists. And many times we have also seen that after doing a PG, the maximum of them either are going to the teaching or they are going to the various other options, rather than very few are getting involved in the full-time private practice, which is very less number. But if we have, I think, these kind of courses, I think the more and more private practitioner specialists will increase, and which will definitely give benefit to the society. So I think we are very hopeful that something like that will come in future, and accordingly all the Ayurveda doctors can get benefited as well.
Yeah.
Right. And last question was for the day. I think we are just around 1 hour, and I can see right now hundreds of people are watching us live on YouTube as well. So to respect all of them, and all of them are like there. So there is one more question, very important, and multiple people have asked this question. That now we have seen that maybe in between, if I have missed, pardon me. So there are so many organizations, or I'm talking about the private setups. I'm not talking about the institutes or colleges. So they are also doing some kind of trainings. Like for example, somebody has some Panchkarma center, and they are doing some training for young graduates and all. So do all, or maybe somebody has some hospital kind of setting as well, a small hospital, and they are doing. So do they have any ecosystem in which if they are doing some courses or training or certification, and they can get involved and get some kind of accreditation from RAV?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? We have made though this scheme entirely was the purpose of this scheme was basically for the across the country. But as the notification and as per the requirement also, we are also, if I am correct, more than 5 to 6 institutions has already approached us and deposited the money, and this list is going on. We have received many, more than 10 or 15 within a month. We have got the application, and I hope Dr. Rohit, could you correct me? How many institution has been listed, and Dr. Rohit?
Yes, sir. We have 10 courses listed under listing and two courses listed under self-declaration.
I think we have 4 to 5 or
Five are in process, and we have 15 queries in the pipeline, sir.
and from the Indian institution, how many institutions are there?
Indian, we have two institutions, sir.
Okay.
And abroad, we have France and UK, we have one.
So this we are getting this thing the query this thing the request, and we have already, if you visit our site, we are displaying to whom had been enlisted, which has been finalized. It is available in our website. Very sooner we are in a process, because government sector works in its own way. So very sooner we are also making our website dynamic. So if somebody visits our website, we will be able to answer, and we are happy. We have young brains are there. Dr. Rohit is a senior. He looks after many works. Dr. Anu is there. Vishaka. These are people from the accreditation. These are the people from the certification, and they have a lot of experiences. This thing. So yes, we are. On this platform, definitely I will like to popularize the Government of India scheme, and I will like to ask you and request you, more your queries, you can drop us mail, and believe me, we have make an ecosystem in a way, within a 24 hour you will get the reply. We are not working in a typical government manner. We will definitely reply you within 24 hours. Our teams are always vigilant. Even we give the reply at the midnight also.
Great.
So it is. I am happy. I have been supported by a good number of young colleagues. We are there. Bounce us, write us, inquire us, call us, whatsoever is feasible to you. We are ready to support you. We are ready to guide you.
Sure. Great, Dr. Anupam. I think this was a very significant session today, and an eye opener for all of us. that RAV is doing so many aspects, and we always thought, and we always like had that in mind, that at least there has to be some kind of these activities where the gap to be
Yeah.
fulfilled. And I think this is a commendable effort from you and your team, and we all again congratulate and appreciate all of you, and we are looking forward. This was just first session and first introduction of whatever you people are doing. We can have maybe a regular series or some kind of a regular activities. We have some more platforms also on which we can do, and I request all the young team members of your team also, they can also connect and let us know how we can help, because we have a good exhaustive network as well. So definitely let's popularize this, let's market this, and let the people get benefited, because you all are putting so much of effort, time, energy, and it's good to see that 24 turnaround time is there, 24-hour turnaround time is there, which is very less in many government offices and all. But again, I think this whole exercise and the whole efforts will definitely benefit the entire Ayurveda fraternity, as well as end of the day the society, the people who will have more and more skilled doctors, Ayurveda Vaidyas, to get treated and healed. And I think that is the need of our now, because there was a huge gap which we were also seeing, that there were BMS and there were MD, but in between that there was nothing. But now I think that gap will fulfill across, and more and more people will get trained. And that international aspect is also very important, because more and more countries are now opening up to Ayurveda. And in fact, there are think tanks which are working right now in our country to develop Ayurveda as a domain, as a USP, as a key, you can say, like proposition for all the entire global world, and to position India and to grow India, and to increase the exports, to increase the positioning of skilled professionals in these countries, so that gradually the global healthcare system will have a significant contribution from Ayurveda. So I think in that scenario, the work which has been done till now from RAV under the guidance of Dr. Anupam and his entire team is excellent, commendable, and we are looking forward to have many more sessions with all of you to understand more in detail. And accordingly, in whatever capacity we want and we can contribute, please let us know. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Anupam, and your team, Dr. Rohit, Dr. Anu.
Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. Thank
Thank
you.
thank you, boss. Thanks. And have a great evening to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.